Hello YouTube, it's Eternal Frost here, coming at you with a random video game thoughts video. Is it kind of redundant? I'm not sure. Anyway, I wanted to share with you something that I've had a bit of a love and hate relationship here. Mordheim, as probably evidenced by the, I think, 14 different warbands, all of low level, that I have going on all at once here. So Mordheim is, it was released a few years back, actually, and it's based off of a tabletop game. Basically, small-scale tactics in the city of Mordheim, set in the Warhammer Fantasy universe. So this is definitely another Warhammer-flavored video for you guys. As always, let me know if this is something you'd like to see more of, etc. Anyway, it's of the same vein as XCOM, right? So, difficult, small squad tactics, turn-based. Here you can see that you manage a warband as they basically filter through the city of Mordheim, which has been, I guess it was hit by a meteor or asteroid, something. I don't know. It was hit by a comet? I don't know. Hit by something. There's lots of warpstone, and if you know the lore of Warhammer, you know warpstone is a precious commodity. So you're basically raiding the ruins for warpstone. Basically, there's of course a deeper story than that, depending on the faction you pick. And yeah, you can play one of several. So in this particular case, I'm going to be running with the Skaven because of the Vermintide that I've been playing. So it's just something I've been wanting to do. See, there are 6 factions here. Witch Hunters, which is a DLC content. That's the Inquisition, as you understand. You have Human Mercenaries. I think they're based out of Rakeland. So these 2 factions are the human well, there's a couple more human factions, but human, flexible, nothing really too special about them. Sisters of Sigmar, so, you can figure it's your religious nunnery, filled with lots of armor, lots of hammers. You have your Chaos faction. You have the Skaven, which I think is interesting and unique. And you have the Undead, another DLC faction. So I've also got the DLC content for some of the extra units. But, yeah, so in this first video, I'm probably going to take you through the creation of a warband. I don't know if we'll have time to actually step into a mission, but you can see all the detail that goes into it. And again, it's a lot like those games of XCOM and whatnot. Looks like I can start at rank 5. I'm going to start at rank 0. Maybe I'll start doing Let's Plays. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Mordheim nest. How much warpstone. Clanation make trouble pain to keep other clans away. Must be swift silent, not let other clans know.
So, blah, blah, blah. Point being, kind of like I mentioned before, is that you're going in, taking as much warpstone, completing objectives, that sort of thing. There is an overarching story that kind of goes off of that, right? So it's more than just collecting warpstone. But, you get to choose. There's some flexibility in your missions and a randomness around it. And while you don't build a base, you do have, as you continue through the missions, you have access to certain things. So since this is the first option, or first mission, there isn't much here. But there is some things we can do before we start going. So there are separate classes, basically, you can fit, and you can see at the top here that a lot of the stuff is locked so far. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to be using experience gained from just playing the game. I have 6, it looks like, in the top left. 6 points to use to give, like, bonuses. The thing is here, and here are the tasks you can do to get these skills. So the more you play, if you restart or you start it over again, you can actually benefit from that. So it's not, even if everything goes to crap and you fail miserably, you can at least still start off with more than nothing, right? So in this case, I'm going to be very careful to look at what I can add here. And so you have to maintain your troops. Wounds, like if someone falls in battle, they can be either outright killed or they can suffer negatives depending on permanent negatives. So it's pretty hardcore. Let's see here. Chance to receive an item. So I get 6 points. I'm probably gonna want Tailor cloth armor. Nobody cares about cloth armor. Reduces buying costs. So Explorer is probably one of the better things, because sometimes you just get a bad roll on the map. So the way it works is when you go into the map, each day you can do one mission, and you're given random missions. If you have a bad roll on missions, you can send out scouts to get more missions, but it costs money to do so. So we're gonna want number 1 to reduce upkeep to, of course, increase our gold reserves. We're gonna want to use this Explorer piece so that we can reduce costs of re-rolling missions. So let's do. Let's see. We don't have a lot of those yet, but we'll want to. Normal enchantment, potion consumable, free heavy armor, free shield or helmet. Shields and helmets are pretty damn useful. I might pick that. Free ranged weapon, free two-handed weapon, free firearm, free leather or light armor. Consumable? How many consumables can we get? Free potion consumable, free cloth armor, weaponsmith. I might do like a. Let's see here. Sales are always good. Cost of hiring is a good thing, so we'll do that. Training is always expensive, so we'll do that. And we'll reduce upkeep. And then we'll see if we can get, what was it, free... Let's see... Free weapons are good. And then free light armors are good. And then probably... We're probably gonna... I mean, they're rats. We're probably not gonna do much treating, right? Do we already have Scholar? Do we forget that one? Let's add Scholar here. There. So we got some good minor buffs. So here we're going to go into the warband management. You can see we've got a single leader. We've got a pool of 650 gold. You can see in the top right. Those little icons in the top right, in order of appearance, are basically shards of weird stone, bigger shards, and then giant shards. I don't know if they're called like crystals or whatever. And each one is worth more, basically. So you have 3 that you can have in reserve, so if someone gets wounded or something, you can swap them out. This is your warband. I'm going to rename these guys. Let's rename them to something fun, like Merciless Killers of Dragons. What? We'll call them Rack Snits. Rabble. Racksnit is the main antagonist of Vermintide, Vermintide 2, so that'll be fun. It says here everything's been paid. Oops. Now we're going to check the leader out. We have Skitterstab. And you can just kind of see what it looks like with regards to stats. So the Skaven aren't known for being very strong or tough, but they're very agile. So high dodge chances, good chance to climb or drop from heights, right? And as well as do jumps. And, well, they don't have a lot of leadership. This guy does because he's their main hero. They're very alert. They tend to be very quick, and their initiative tends to be really high, which means the benefit is that you can move first, which is good at, gathering all your troops and kind of attacking en masse. The bad part is that you have to move first, so that, you kind of have to play aggressively when you're Skaven, rather than defensively. Like the Sisters of Sigmar, for example, have low initiative, but higher staying power. So you can see his dodge rate's 50%, his parry rate's 28%. This is all influenced by the weapon type, and here are his resistances. It all kind of plays into a lot of calculations as you play the game. Perks are gained through leveling. Injuries, like I said, if you fall in battle, you will get an injury, and you can lose limbs. You can straight out die. You can get weird things like, if you're Chaos, for example, there's a big random chance there are some of your characters, like mutants and whatnot, can gain mutations, which are incredibly random buffs or benefits. So they can mutate, like an arm will turn into a sword, or they'll lose their face, or things like that. It's kind of neat. Anyway, you can see their proficiencies and whatnot. We can buy them stuff, but I'm not going to really spend money on that yet. These guys are very green and behind the ears. So what instead I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the warband and start hiring heroes and henchmen. You see I have 1 open slot for a hero, 3 open slots for henchmen, and then of course reserves. So let's pick a hero. And this guy's not a rat, right? He's DLC, so he's available for Skaven. You'll see that we have a whole bunch of rank 0 units, and each of these symbols represents a different type of unit. We have DLC Globadier, which is kind of neat. I've never really used these guys, so I think I'm going to use them in this run-through, just because, again, I've not really, never really used them before, so it would be kind of neat to play with them. We have a Night Runner, which is basically a fledgling assassin. We have Warp Guard. Now these guys are kind of interesting because they have a huge immunity, if you look down the lower left, to Weirdstone. So whenever you pick up Weirdstone or interact with it, it can negatively or positively, it gives you a random buff or drawback, buff or hex. I'm missing a word there. Negative effect, basically, but these guys are resistant to it. So these guys are pretty valuable for holding or handling Weirdstone. You have Vermintide here, which is just common rats. Some more of those DLC guys. Basically, we're going to be really looking at filling this slot with the Night Runner. We can pick up Warp Guard for the regular rats, the henchmen. So you'll see here we have 2 choices, either Warp Guard or Vermintide. Here I'm just going to fill out with Warp Guard, because what we need to do at the beginning is basically get as much Weirdstone as possible. So it can hurt us. While these guys are quicker on their feet, if you check their agility, their movement's a lot better. So they're very mobile, but they're going to hurt if they start foraging for Weirdstone. So we'll want a lot of these Warp Guard guys. At least that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to fill out the ranks with Weirdstone. So they're 13 each. I have 650. We'll just fill them out really quick. So 1, 2, and then these guys will basically run the Weirdstone if we come across it. So 3 Warp Guard, again a bit slower, a little bit more consistent. You'll notice that they have, excuse me, coming off of a cold. They have spears. They don't do a lot of damage, but they increase their initiative, which is good. So hopefully they'll keep them moving first. And they have a shield, which allows them to parry. And also you notice that they get increased melee resistance and range resistance. So that's always good. Range resistance is a good thing. They still have a higher dodge rate, which is kind of interesting. So even though affecting parry stance is what shields make you want to do, you'll probably want to just keep them in dodging stance. So just to kind of see what they have, we don't have any items in store for these guys to even buy, so that's not even a thing. Let's see here. Anything? Anything? Nothing. Nice. Any armor? Nope. 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 Possibly because it's the first mission, I'm gonna guess. In reserve, we'll have 2 Vermintide, just for shits and giggles, right? Let's see. Actually, we won't even hire reserve yet because, well, we won't need them yet, right? It's our first mission. For the hero, like I mentioned, either Globadier or a Night Runner. The thing is, I know how to use the Night Runner. They're really great at melee. I have no idea how to use this. Globadier has higher weapon skill, much higher ballistic skill and accuracy, much higher initiative, much poorer at melee, to be expected, lower movement. Wonder what they I mean, I have no idea what to expect with this guy at all. Whatever. Oh, he's expensive, too. You know what? I'll get him in as a secondary. I'll start out with a Night Runner. Keep things a bit traditional, right? So, there you go. We got our leader. We got our hero. We got our 3 Warp Guard. And, let's see if we can... if there's anything we can actually pick up equipment-wise for this guy. Nope, nope, nope. nope. And what we got with this guy? Oh, that's a warp guard. There's the Night Runner. Anything? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. So the thing about the helmets is that they'll decrease your perception, but they will increase your melee resistance. It's kind of nice to have it. So, alright, well, what we're going to do is we're going to, checking the time, I'm going to go ahead and run one mission for you guys, see what it looks like here. So we're going to go hit up the campaign map and give it a go. So here you have the map. You can see that it will tell you at the bottom what the type of mission is, as well as how much weirdstone and how much loot can be picked up, right? So we have here an average, 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 poor, average and very poor, and they're all normal difficulty. So knowing that, this looks like it's going to be the best thing for loot and weirdstone, whereas you have these two, and they're all weirdstone rush, so it's all the same mission, but this has the best chance of loot. So why wouldn't we run that? Let's go ahead and do that right now. We have all these guys to pick, which we've already done. Go ahead and launch and deploy.
Scouts have reported arrival warband in the vicinity. Before you can find
So my love-hate relationship with this game is going to be because it is based, like XCOM, on a lot of percentages, and sometimes it just feels like the percentages don't really mean what they say. You can end up having like a 20% chance of something, or like a 20% chance of a 30% chance of a 30% chance of something with a 50% chance to miss, and it will still fail, right? And so either the calculations are wrong that they're presenting you, or they're not updated, maybe I'm misinterpreting them, but sometimes things will happen in a row that really, really shouldn't. So, anyway, so we're looking here. I don't remember the controls. Is M for map? No. M changes the stats. Let's see. Escape doesn't do anything. Wow. Scrolling out. Oh, here. Middle click shows the map. We're showing all our deployment locations. General rule of thumb is that you'll want to deploy all your people as close as possible. You'll see here, this is the enemy cart. So that's basically where their HQ or where their spawn location is. Here is our cart. I think we'll actually deploy all this weirdstone's right next to them. These guys have it good. I think we'll just deploy straight middle and rush. Like, we'll deploy as far as we can from them. Rush straight up here through this building and hole up here. They're going to get all the weirdstone, though. That's going to be really annoying because there's not a lot of weirdstone in front of us. So, let's actually... Here, we'll see if we can deploy... Where is it? There. So deploy up here and run straight up that building path. So... Actually... I'll put them over here. Splitting my forces, which is really what you shouldn't do. But there it is. Just getting us as close. Oh, as close to the weirdstone as possible. So we're gonna head straight up. This guy's gonna go for the loot, and all the warp guard will go for the weirdstone. Like I said, that can grant bonuses or negatives, so we don't want to let randomness be a factor there. So that blue circle is basically a movement point. You'll see I have I forgot. Oh, is an action point. You have blue action points, and then the red action points are kind of for like your... There's like tactical point allotment and movement point allotment. So blue is movement, red is like actions. So I have 6 movement points, 5 action points with this character. So we are going to run straight to the loot there, and he should be able to pick it up. checking to see if I see anyone. 3, and we can pick this up. Oh, that weird stone over there. I'm probably going to jump up here just so I can see better, but we'll see how it works. Scavenge here, confirm it. Get some gold. I'll take it. Oh, another thing to note is there are traps that you can't see. So you have the ability to, like, see, you have different stances, ambush stance, parry stance. If I roll perception, that allows me to see if there are traps around, which I'm going to run that really quick, just to make sure I don't bump into something mean. Fail, so I didn't see anything. That's awesome. So I'm going to walk over here, and sit here and wait in ambush stance. Ambush basically means if I see something and it runs into range, I can run up to it and hit them before they can attack me. Now, if there's a possibility, like see that red ring, anything that enters that red ring, he will rush and attack. There's a possibility someone can be just outside that red ring, and they can proc a charge, and that'll go through an ambush stance. So this guy's going to run straight northeast. I should have probably put my warp guard here. Scout out this area, run up along the side here. So let's see here. No need to crawl. See, it says I've got a 50% chance to dodge, but sometimes those numbers, I don't know how well those work out. So, again, that's kind of interesting. Sometimes you can see them from there. Again, I'm going to run up along this wall. Alongside the wall, not up on the wall. This is more just to keep an eye out. I don't see this weird stone. There should be a weird stone right in front of me, and I don't see it. Oh, there it is. See that small green cluster right above my head? So we're going to basically hold here, and this way we'll ambush anything that tries to sneak up against my warp guard. Now they'll be able to see my sword, I think, through the wall. I don't know if the computer actually does that, but clipping is something you can watch out for. Kind of interesting. Looks like you can run up this side and drop. Looks like I got a 72% chance to drop without damage. All good. Sometimes you'll get an 80% chance and you'll still get hit. So I mean, like, it's really annoying. Oh, that's all I got. They might have ranged attacks, so I'm going to duck by this wall. And again, we'll hit ambush. Again, my warp guard are going to be there to pick up all the... they're going to be picking up all of the scavenge. You can see here it shows what I have already picked up. So these guys are going to head up straight through the gate to the north, which is this way. They're going to root around inside. So I think I want them to root around inside. Yeah. They're going to go through the building, hopefully. Chances are I'm going to start encountering them outside here. It's just where it is. Unless they spend all their time picking up all this weird stone that landed right next to them, luckily. Lucky bastards. Let's see here. See, these initial phases are where the vermin can really prove their worth, because they can move so far, so fast. You can position things. Looks like there's some loot over there. You can position yourself very well. Let's see. You know what? I might actually take one guy and sweep him outside. These two will stay on the right side. Generally, you want to move as a group, because your guys that get caught out alone get killed fast. So that's another thing. Now they move. Now if I spot one, it'll show their movement. It's a pretty good looking game too. Yeah, and if you're running like pretty modern hardware, it runs quite well. I would say late 700 series GTX cards, all the way up through, well, late 600s even, and we'll play this game at full settings. I mean, NVIDIA's really been kind of crazy with their GPUs.
A new round has started.
So no one has run into a place where I can see them. I did note that treasure in there, so... No, that's not treasure, that is a weird stone. So rather than him being on the outside, actually, there's a cluster over here. I'm going to run him on the outside. We're going to kind of gather in the middle here, hopefully. Skip that scavenge, because they're probably going to run right down this line. So we're going to kind of group here. You can set beacons on this map too, so you can kind of give yourself an idea, like, I'm going to put a beacon right here. This is where I'm going to want to group. And you'll be able to see that, like if I look, see that blue light in the sky, so I know that that's where I'm kind of running towards. So again, I'm going to take another look. I'm going to run them through the outside. See some of that loot in there. Don't see anybody else. I wonder if I should hole up by that tree or what. There's no exit over there. Oh man, I should have figured that was going to happen. So, resistance fail, what happened? Oh, my initiative dropped like crazy. Oh, well, there you go. Trap. Probably a bad place to ambush, but whatever. Try not to use this as a blocker for any ranged. They're probably going to come from that direction, I'm going to guess. I could be wrong. Let's see here. I'll run up. Oh man, those warp guard. I'm going to run up this way to support my now initiative hurting guy. Kind of hole up in here where they can't see me. See that thing there? Like, if something looks like it could house a trap, it might. It more than likely can house a trap. Like, those things possibly have a trap rolled into them. I'm actually going to hide in this corner. And if you block a place like that for climbing, people can't use it. So, like, someone won't be able to drop down from there, for example. So, we're going to go in there really quick and raid this place. How much inventory does this guy have? I wonder if I want both of them in there, or just... I'm going to grab... This guy's going to go out here and grab this.
Objectives updated.
This way. I think there's another piece of weird stone around here. Yeah, there are two. I'll hold up against this wall again for range. The Empire tends to have a lot of ranged stuff, so I'm trying to stay out of that.
Objectives updated.
Okay, so that's a lot of weird stone. I'm gonna move them I'm not going to even bother with this loot. We're going to go and grab some more weirdstone. Weirdstone is sometimes quite a bit more important than to gather than loot, because the weirdstone is just worth a lot more. Oh, there's no way out of there. Let's go back this way. See if we can crawl on the side. Okay, isn't there weirdstone around here? Far in this corner. We're gonna hide. It's like right there. There we go. Gonna hide behind this barrel. Actually, I'm gonna stick out here. You never know. Let's see. I'm gonna grab this and run up here. So, where is it? Oops, don't want to ambush. We want to gather that.
Objectives updated.
A lot of the weirdstone. Notice how, like, it's not even hitting me at all because these guys have that resistance I was talking about, that 690% resistance. By the way, once combat starts, because it's going to probably start either next round or the round after this, it can get brutal quick. So you're going to watch me condense all my guys together and try to basically, as a gang, beat the crap out of everybody. I wish I saw the objective lists. I thought there was a way to see it. I probably just don't remember the buttons for it. Okay, so I'm going to bring him towards the weirdstone here. Probably near this tree. I'm going to keep this guy out in the open for visibility reasons. There's 2 weirdstone clusters I see there. The weirdstone effects are temporary. Well, I think for the most part they're temporary. Some of them will only last a few turns. I don't know if that's changed. I haven't really been paying attention to patches to this game. So, well, no visibility yet. You'd expect them to be coming around now. Maybe they haven't been grabbing these patches. Huh. So whatever's in your possession is what you keep. So if I kill someone, they've got a lot of weirdstone, I'm going to want to pick it all up before the match ends. I don't even know what I'm fighting against. I assumed it was Empire, but it could just as easily be vampires or whatever. You got to watch out for the vampires' hero units. Those guys are insane. So, yeah. It's interesting the differences each of the factions have in both equipment and capabilities.
A new round has started.
No one's seen anyone. That's a bit interesting. We're going to pull back to this weirdstone cluster here. Run along that side. So, let's see here. I don't want to run too far because these guys have to pick this stuff up. So I'm actually gonna hold by this tree, basically. Yeah, we're just gonna hold by the tree. I'm gonna delay. Yeah, I'm just gonna delay my turn, depending on what I see. He's got plenty of movement points. So I'll just keep doing what he's doing, pick up that weirdstone in the corner. We're all gonna kind of group up on this guy, I think. Remove this beacon. We'll see if we can pull up around here. It's a good defensible place. And it looks like it should be right in front of me. I don't see the green. Kind of avoid that wooden plank.
Objectives updated.
No, just small amounts of weird stone. So, oh, there you go. They've got a hero unit here, so it is Empire. So, good to know. I'm gonna pull here and then push through in one mass. So let's see if I can run back around here. Kind of hold over here. He's there, so I'm gonna wonder if he's alone. What would be bad is if, oh no, you can't go that way. So we're gonna ambush here. I don't want to get too close to that big thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go right against this wheel here. Or just behind it. Placement is actually very important in this game, so that's why I'm being very careful. Excuse me. He's gonna grab this one. This guy will grab this one. So I'll grab this and run straight. Now that we've got contact, it's important to group up as fast as possible. I'm gonna get at this weird stone. Ooh, a big shard. Nice.
Updated.
We cannot let this guy die. We'll take the brunt of the hits with my hero units, hopefully. So, back off a bit. Oh, we got a ranged unit over here. Good eyes.
Objectives updated.
And then, so there is a bowman over there somewhere. Which means they're separate too, so if we rush this side, if we can knock out their hero, that would be spectacular. Those marksmen can be troublesome too. So... knowing that I'm kind of out in the open, I don't like that. That guy over there is going to need some reinforcements. Let's go give them to him. Hopefully this guy will be seen first. Oh, he's coming around the other side. Was not expecting that. Now my guys will have to run all the way around to get it. That will free up my one guy to pick up some of those weird zones, so I'm not too nonplussed. I'm going to now ambush this guy from both sides. In theory. What I'm looking for is those question marks light up. Because if they light up, that means there's reinforcements around, which doesn't look like there are, so... be very careful and walk around these pink things. No reinforcements have shown up, so I can engage this guy, and he's kind of boned. So if I engage in the middle here, that prevents him from using this avenue as an escape route. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of engage. Basically, that engagement radius, that red circle, I've got one too. So I want to make sure that I block off this entire section so that he can't run away, basically. There you go. So I have a 76% chance to hit. And then I can set up my dodge stance. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit him, looks like twice, and then we're going to set dodge stance. And it shows all these stats, and again, from what I've seen, sometimes these stats don't seem to matter. Okay, good hit. We're going to do it again. And we're going to enter dodge stance because that has a higher, see parry's 12% chance, I have a 55% chance to dodge. So that's what we're going to do. Now he might have abilities to make it harder for me to dodge, so there is that. But here you can see this is kind of a closed off area. They can shoot through the fencing, but beyond that, there's a big wall there. They're going to have to come around and engage me. So that's a good place for me to camp and basically wait for them to run into me. So we're going to book it towards that with all my units. In fact, I'm going to just light that up on the map right now. Like this area right here is going to be the spot where we choose our engagement. They must be spread out. Yeah, if you're spread out, that is the death knell. One-on-one, it's very...
A new round has started.
You'll take a lot of damage one-on-one if you're facing another opponent, right? But if you can two-on-one someone, it's usually guaranteed success unless you're like a vampire or something crazy. So I'm going to engage this guy closer to, well, as far away from his circle as possible. If your circles overlap, like see how I have that green circle for engagement, I can't also engage him while inside that green circle. I have to stay outside the green circle and outside the red circle, right? But if I touch the red circle, that's where I'll engage. So I want to give room for my other rats to also engage. So that's why I'm trying to get as close to that as possible. And you'll see there, my green circle basically prevents that entire route for him to escape. So he really is boned. If he has to run, he's going to have to run that way. He's not going to survive this. Yeah, so we're going to go and beat the shit out of him. Because he shot me like a bastard. And he's poisoned. I think that's the end of him. Excuse me. And so, like any rat, I'm going to go and loot it. Ooh, he's got a weird cluster. We're going to pick that up. And I can't use the bow, so we're going to pick up the dagger and the mace. Now, I'm probably going to get an effect from picking up that weird stone cluster.
Objectives updated.
Oh, I take damage. Nice. Huh. It's only 8. It's not as bad as it could be. So, now we're going to hit dodge stance. So Bowman's there somewhere. He's probably going to try to take a high position up here. I don't know if he's got his friends with him. Like I said, we're going to kind of ball up here defensively, so let's do that now. So if someone comes around the corner, they will get rushed. This guy too is... oh, no. He's going to go this way to grab more weird stone. If that cluster is still there. Looks like it is. Looks like there's 2. Grab the closer one.
Objective completed.
Still one more. Do I run back? Or do I run forward? I'm going to run back. Because I'm a rat, and I'm cowardly. Probably should have said dodge stance instead of ambush, but there it is. This way he's not completely alone. And I got someone to grab that weird stone cluster. Can't dodge, setting ambush. So we're gonna get a little bit outside of range here. Trying to cover my guy, my hurting guy. Let's see here. It's a good spot. $5 he's going to try to take that balcony. Oh, there's another hero. He's visible. Or we hear him. Right around there. So that I'm going to have to watch that guy. Those archer guys, that's what I got to worry about, because they can shoot you pretty much with impunity once you're engaged. They can do friendly fire, so they still need clear lines of sight. But again, it's something you want to watch for. Anything that allows you to layer attacks against a single target can get you in trouble fast. So
A new round has started.
and back off a bit. This is the guy that was running, or I don't remember. Is there a way to see? Oh, show mission info is tab. Buffs, resist, stats, M. But how do you see inventory? I don't see inventory. Space, maybe? Oh, there you go. He's got 2 out of 3. So there you go. Space is what it is. So I can go grab it really quick. I can probably spot the guy that's up here. Do you see him? I don't see him. Alright. Time to run away. Like a rat. No! So this guy has 3 out of 3, so yeah, he has a full backpack. We're gonna get around this side. And hopefully, again, we're kind of set up a rape train over here. Wait for them to come around and just kind of lay waste to them. So yeah. Also trying to stay out of range of any of their guns. So, kind of want this guy to engage first, because he has the most health at the moment. He'll tank out, hopefully. Oh, Gift of Savagery. Oh, twice Gift of Savagery. Hello! Ouch. Yes, I will counterattack. I might not survive this. Nope, he's down. And you suffered for it. And they failed. Of course, now I lost the Weird Stone Cluster because he killed my... is it my hero? Well, no, my hero unit. So we did lose someone. And we're going to find out if he's dead or not. We got a bunch of great hammers that we can't use. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, we lost the cluster, which sucks.
Yes! Yes! Brilliant, clever filch.
Anyway,
Leads Warband to
so I'm going to go ahead
victory.
and
Kill, crush all
go through all
enemies.
this stuff.
Steal
Maybe
such much
outside of the video,
work,
you know,
so
inventory management's fun and all.
Murder
Hopefully you
will be
enjoyed that.
happy,
You get a better idea of what this is all about. The reason why I won is because they routed after you kill certain units. I killed both their hero and their main guy, so it's like they only had 3 regular guys around. So that's a big hit to their morale. So there is morale that factors into this. Anyway, Eternal Frost signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed.